Europe is facing a major migration crisis as tens of thousands of migrants enter Spain's North African enclave of Ceuta. The unprecedented influx has overwhelmed local authorities and claimed dozens of lives. It also reignited debate over Europe's migration policy. More in this report.
The sudden influx has placed unprecedented pressure on the Spanish enclave of Ceuta, home to around 85,000 residents. Local authorities say the number of new arrivals now exceeds half of the territory's population, straining accommodation, emergency services, and border operations. Spain's Interior Ministry says around 50,000 migrants have entered the North African enclave of Ceuta since Thursday, while nearly 25,000 have voluntarily returned to Morocco. Additional police and military personnel have been deployed as Madrid works to restore border control and manage the humanitarian response. Spanish authorities also say at least 67 people have died while attempting to cross into Spanish territory. Spanish Interior Minister Fernando Grande Marlaska says criminal smuggling networks are exploiting vulnerable migrants, contributing to the deadly crisis.
At least 67 lives have been cut short, and this is happening because of the criminal gangs that traffic.
Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez visited Ceuta, describing the situation as an unprecedented challenge requiring both national and European coordination. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said Brussels remains in close contact with Moroccan authorities and reaffirmed the European Union's support for Spain. The surge has reignited debate over migration issues across Europe. Italy has warned the crisis could have wider implications for the Schengen area, while member states continue discussions on strengthening external border protection and improving regional cooperation. Ceuta and the neighboring Spanish enclave of Melilla remain the European Union's only land borders with Africa, making them key entry points for irregular migration into Europe. Ceuta President Juan Jesus Vivas says thousands of migrants still remain in the enclave, while residents continue to face uncertainty and concern.
Things are not back to normal. There are still several thousand people in Ceuta who need to be returned, and there remains a sense of anxiety and concern among the people of Ceuta.
Analysts say the latest developments underscore the increasingly complex challenge facing Europe as governments attempt to balance border security, humanitarian obligations, and diplomatic engagement with neighboring countries. They believe the crisis in Ceuta is becoming a defining test of Europe's migration policy.